Anish, I'm going to start with you at Cloudflare. You all have a lot of stuff going on over there. I'm sure you got some stuff in the petri dish on the way to production at some point in time. Fast forward 2 to 3 years, what's it going to look like? What are you all going to be focusing your attention on? Describe that environment.
Yeah, it's a good question. I'd say a couple years ago, it'd be really easy to say you could put a 5, 10 year vision out there. Now it seems like things are changing so fast that 2 to 5 years does seem like a decade plus. So first, I'd say if I think about just the concept that we're talking about here today of IT modernization, right? I want to just kind of define how I think about that and how Cloudflare thinks about it. We really say like IT modernization isn't an event; it's more of a commitment, right? So kind of almost think of it like a lot of large organizations treat modernization kind of like a wedding, but it's actually a marriage, right? It's like you plan for that big event, you plan for that big day, but really the work happens in the real investment is in that time, energy, and resources that you do after that initial project goes live. And so when we think about where are we going to be in a couple of years, it's really have we set the right foundation now? Are we doing the right things in the platforms that agencies are deciding upon? And of course, there's never just one, right? But the set of platforms that you're choosing, does that set you up for success for whatever change is going to happen a year, 2, 3, 5 years from now? And so I think like the vision that we have is to move from this kind of like, let's say, static IT to a composable government where, let's say, if Treasury and the Army need to stand up a temporary kind of secure environment to share intelligence with coalition partners, today it's a very kind of monumental effort to stand up networks and firewalls and whatever in between that has to happen, right? But you can imagine a world where this is all just kind of done by API and natural language instruction fed into some sort of AI system, right? And so can a mission owner just define that, hey, I need these number of users to access this organization assets and this application for X number of hours, and just have a policy that's created and then deconstructed after that period of time, right? Whereas today, you put something into a firewall and we have customers that'll say, well, we can't remove this. We've had this for 20 years. We don't know what it does, but we can't remove it. So that whole idea of just simplifying that policy portion of what government is doing, I think is a really big part of what's going to happen. I also think things like Sunny and others that talked about like post-quantum cryptography. Today, 97% of the internet that is using post-quantum crypto, when you go to your browser and go to a website, is actually running through Cloudflare. And our objective is to ensure that whether you're using Cloudflare or another agency or another organization to handle that, that you can ensure that end to end we can do post-quantum crypto. And I think that's realistic to make a large step forward well before the deadlines that government's currently set.